Welcome everyone, welcome back to our how-to series to create a heist script for QBCore and ESX. Right, first things first, as always, thank you very much for everyone's support on my content these days. I truly do appreciate it, for real. And yeah, to get started, I do remember I talked about finishing our door lock setup, and I realized a few things. Right, number one, sometimes I try to overcomplicate things by providing for almost any inevitability or possibility, and sometimes it's good, but in this case it is bad because this is basically just to be a quick how-to tutorial to get things done and set up so you can improve upon it and expand upon it and use this information to create your own creations. Right, so with the door lock, to simplify things, however it would be a bit complicated, would be the following. Right, I am supposed to focus on keeping this a how-to series. So what we will do is the following. Over here, where we have our zone to create a sphere, it is one single zone for our PED, right? Now, because our box zone, because we try to create multiple box zones, it won't work quite as well. Okay, so what I'm thinking is the following, right? Instead of having a create door zones function that so instead of creating the door function over here, I would like us to remove the function and create a door zone for each door. So we'll create 2 more zones, and for each of those we will have our inside, on enter, and on exit. Right, we are a bit zoomed in the code at the moment, so just bear with me. It is a bit confusing to me sometimes because I'm not used to it. So what we'll do is the following. We will have, let's just see, we just straight up have our sphere, and we will have something similar, right? Over here, local, let's call it door 1, right, because it is our entrance. Alternatively, we could call it that. So let's do that. DH, so local den heist underscore entrance. This is just a variable name. It'll have absolutely nothing to do with the config unless we do something like c.doors and put dh underscore entrance, but as a string, right? Otherwise it will have absolutely no effect because this is a variable that we are creating now. Right, and then I would like to say inside door 1, door 1 and door 1. So I want to keep it door 1, and let's just rename it to door 1. That's fine. So we know that our box zone for door 1 has the inside, on enter, and on exit functions of door 1. And we will have a second one for door 2. Right. So 2 box zones will be created. We can delete that. I don't think there's too much wrong with that logic, but I think there's still some flaws in it, right? Okay, so on enter, let's do door, right? And keep it general. On enter door, what are we doing? We're showing text UI, right? To unlock the door. Perfectly fine. And we can keep that quite general. So inside door, okie dokie, inside door, that is on enter door, my bad. On enter door, then inside door 1 we will have different logic than inside door 2, right? It will technically be the same but different. So inside door 1 for door 1 and inside door 2 for door 2. We don't need an on exit, so I'm going to remove it. On exit door 1, we don't need that. Right. So inside door 1, we have current door name, current door hash, and current minigame is equal to get door data. I don't believe we need that because I need to remember, this is a how-to series specifically for this script. Okay, I need to check the time on this recording. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Okay, let's go through this real quick. So if you are inside the door 1 zone, then you'll do some things. Inside door 2, which is basically the office door, I don't believe we have to stress about the correct time at all, right? I don't think we need to. What I do want to do is just ponder on it for a minute, because what does get door data do? Current doors null, current doors null, door zones, and okay. I'm gonna completely remove get door data. And our current door name would be c.doors, and the first entry, right? The current door hash would be c.doors ones.door hash. And the current minigame would be c.doors. Doors is first entry dot mini. Let's see, minigame dot name and dot settings. So minigame dot name. Right, current minigame, current door hash. So first entries, door hash, minigame, name and settings. Well, we'll just drag the minigame because I believe we just do that over here, which is perfectly fine. Okay, door hash and door name, that's a-okay. Let's just copy that out and go and paste it over here. This would be the second entry, right? Because this would be the office door. The office door would not worry about the correct time, so we can remove the correct time check and just have the general logic for it. So we'll also send it door, and we'll give it basically the same information. Right. So what will happen, we still need to check if the player has the correct item or not. Okay, so let us do that. So local has item is equal to what? We've already done something similar. We'll just copy that out, come back here and paste it, right? So for door 1, let me just check something real quick. Door key label trigger alarm. Stage 1 items door unlock. The doors. Let's say doors and keep this one item. The entrance. And I think what we should do is just copy that, paste it over here, and make this office unlock. Remember our comma. And you'll see I did change a bit in the config. I'll run through that now. For this one, let's use glass as well. And remove is true in this case, so we can test the remove. Right, so basically all I did is change the police, right? Instead of it saying police jobs one word, I elected to say police, so we can have min count and jobs in one variable. And in Heist, instead of having the Heist countdown down here, I just put it in our Heist config. And I'll change that in the file later. Right, we'll have our ped settings, our items, and then I elected to have settings for each stage. So for stage 1, we have trigger alarm. So on a failed steal attempt, will it trigger alarm or not? The models for stage 1 and the rewards you gain from it. Right, stage 2, and you can just duplicate it if you have more stages. So this entire thingy will disappear, we won't need it anymore. Okay. Right. That should be fine for that. Now, as item, we need to check if we have the item. What item is door 1? That would be door unlock dot name and basically just replace door unlock. So we have the remove, the amount, and the name of it. And we can go ahead and copy that for inside door 2. Right. Let us check for the item before we check if the heist is triggered. Because that is way more important than the required item. And for door unlock, we will have, let's just remove door and call it office unlock. Copy and paste it over. Right, let's just do the same. Cut the time or the heist active check and put that before we check for the item. So if we don't have the correct item, we'll just return out of it and we won't do anything else, right? Okay. Yeah. Right, so we'll have 2 separate items, which I think is perfectly cool. So for the entrance, we would require a certain item, and for the office door, we would require a certain item. Okay. Right. Yeah, that should be that for inside door, because all this does is trigger a minigame and it'll just update the door state once we did it successfully. Right, so we did check for an item requirement. We have our door interaction now, and this means that door is supposed to be 100% completed, right? Only during certain times for the door. That means stage 1 is completed. Right, stage 1 is completed. Lockpicking the office door is technically stage 2. We have a trigger police alert, a required item. Yeah, right, that means stage 2 is also complete. Right, what I meant by trigger a police alert is this. Config. Let's go to stage 2. We'll have to do trigger alarm fail and trigger alarm straight up. Okay, so basically what trigger alarm fail will do is only trigger an alarm if they failed an attempt. So on a failed attempt, it will trigger a dispatch message, right? However, trigger alarm means true, triggers a dispatch message, false, won't trigger a dispatch message. So basically, doesn't matter what you do, if you interact on stage 2, it'll trigger alarm straight up. I think that is pretty decent because, yeah. So, C dot, we'll have to update this in inside door 1 as well, but if C dot doors no, where did I have it? That'll be stage 2, C dot stage 2 dot trigger alarm, then what am I doing? Let me just cut that, my bad. I was supposed to press enter there. I don't know why it put an N there for me. It doesn't matter. Right, if we can keep that in one line. So if stage 2 trigger alarm, then we will trigger a notification, which is basically a dispatch, and that would be that. Right. So if they are unsuccessful and trigger alarm fail is true, then we do that. So not stage 2. I mean, not door, but stage 2. And let's look at our door settings again. Door, trigger alarm, we can remove that. It won't matter anymore. Right, because remember, it is not door, it is now stage 1. And yes, so stage 1 would include our door situation. So let's copy that and paste it over there. And over here, stage 1 trigger alarm fail. So if the alarm triggers on a fail, then we will trigger notification. I'm just going to copy that and paste it in there. Have it stage 1 trigger alarm, then we'll also trigger a thingy, trigger the heist, and update the door state. Okay. And right. My bad. We're back. Right. So, if the minigame has been successful, then that. I'm just looking at this error message over here. We don't worry about that. Right, so if we are inside the door and we press the key, right, if it is the correct time, then we are able to do things. If it is not, we'll say come when it is dark. Right? I'm just going to copy it in case. But that'll be our error message if we are there in the incorrect time. Because in our case, because we set the time between like 10 and 4 in the morning, it has to be dark. So come back when it's dark. That'll be our message. Alright. The rest of the logic makes sense to me. And then has item. And this will just remove it if it has to be removed. So if over here, if it is set to remove, it'll remove. So no stress there. Right. I do want to go to item steal. Right. Actually, let's go to has item on the server file, server main. Right, what I do want to do is the following. Before we even care about anything else, right, whether it's framework or inventory or whatever, if our item name is none, then we return true, right? And that'll be that. The reason for it is quite simple. You would be able to choose if, for example, item steal. If you don't want an item requirement, just tell it none, and it'll back out of the check automatically. So if our item is none, we just don't check. What we can do alternatively, you know, this is a backup, right? We could also have the following check. We could do this. Let's copy this and paste that in there. Right. Obviously we want to check item steal name. Right, if it is none, we just continue. But if it is not none, then we do a check. Right. So let's use not in this case and put an end there. It is not that, but that. My bad. That is how we write not equal to in Lua. I was using a Python operator there. My bad. Okay. So this should be quite simple. So if our item steal's name is none, then, well, if it is not none, my bad, if it is not none, then we make sure we have the correct item. Otherwise, we just ask if we can add and continue, right? And we can do the same thing for our door functions. So let's head over there. Inside door. Over here, check if player has correct item. So in a similar fashion, let me just pin this location. And what I want to do is I just want to copy that, just so I don't have to retype it. right? So if the door unlock.name is not none, we check for the correct item. Otherwise, we just pass and go forth. Right, and the third occurrence is for door 1. So over here, this would be door unlock, my bad. And the other one would be office door, right? So let's fix that. So let's start off. If door unlock.name is none, well, is not none, then we check if we have the correct item. Otherwise, we just continue as if we have the correct item. Over here, it would be office unlock.name, right? Door 2 is office unlock. So that should be perfectly fine. So we'll have 2 doors, 2 different interactions, 2 different zones, and we will do our thing like that. Right. I'm still not entirely certain that this will work, right, in changing our functions, but it is what it is. And that should be that. Right. Now, I think we should leave that there for now. Let us look at some stage 3 things, right? General, we have add items, we have remove items, has items, and police count, so no stress there. We're nearly done. Just some stage 3 things. Right, searching boxes, I guess what we can do is the following. Stage 3 interactions. We could do safe interaction and computer interaction. And that should be that. Right. And then I think we do stage completion requirements. Maybe. This is a maybe. But we'll leave that there for now. So in our following episodes, we will work on that. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. If you need any support, specifically to the script or any YouTube related series, imagiNix Studios Discord link below. Come find me there. Otherwise, there is a general scripting support channel as well, so you may ask any questions about FiveM scripting there. Right. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you very soon. Cheerio.